So this is one of the challenges that we've been having with feeding Spencer. He's a sleepy feeder. The hot weather here in Queensland wouldn't be helping at the moment. And yeah, I mean, he's not feeding too bad at the moment.
Oh, he's feeding terrible. Oh. So he feeds for a couple of minutes and then he decides, okay, I'm no longer hungry, and he stops feeding.
Yeah. And then our dog doesn't help either. Shortly we will be going in to see the lactation consultant again at Gold Coast Private Hospital, so that'll be good. She'll give us some more advice. So we're home from the hospital now. Spencer is 16 days old and we've been home from the hospital for 11 days. It has been a crazy ride right from the get-go, from going over to Russia to a fertility clinic there to all the anxiety surrounding the birth.
The postpartum hemorrhage.
Yes, and then
him being in the special care nursery on a dextrose drip.
Yes, so it really has been, we certainly have had challenges, but yes, we are home now. So what's it been like with a newborn in the house? Feeding has probably been our biggest challenge, actually, to be honest. And yeah, like hubby just said, we have had those issues. So I did have gestational diabetes. He was in the special care nursery straight after birth for, I think, 3 days.
No, 2 days.
2 days. Yeah. He started life on a dextrose drip, isn't it?
That's correct. Just feeling hypoglycemic.
He was severely hypoglycemic. His sugars dropped to 0.6.
That's correct.
0.6, which is very low, actually. And then he was given a little bit of donated breast milk, wasn't he, while we were waiting for my breast milk to come in.
But lack of weight gain has been the issue.
Lack of weight gain has actually been the issue, yeah.
So he's essentially still the same weight as he was when he was discharged from hospital.
Yeah, so we have had concerns about that. So that has been actually...
Well, it's not just our concerns. We also had the home midwife came and visited us 3 days ago.
Yep.
And weighed him on a proper set of scales, because although we have a set of scales for baby bunting, they really only work properly if you have a comatose or total cooperative baby. If you have a baby that kicks and screams whenever he or she's laid down on it, the readings fluctuate wildly. So it's always been a little bit of a guess about what his actual weight is. When she came and weighed him, it was shown that his weight was 3.13 kilograms, which is effectively the same as his 3.115 when he got discharged from hospital.
Yeah.
By this stage, he should have regained his birth weight, 3.33 kilograms, and he should be putting on about 20 grams a day, which he hasn't been doing. And so she put us on a strict feeding regime for the past 3 days, and it does seem to have started to show some results. And in fact, this afternoon, we're going to be taking him back to the hospital for an official reweigh and to see the lactation consultant.
Yeah.
So, how is all the pumping and the feeding been going?
The midwife did warn me. She said it's going to be pretty intense, and yes, it has been intense. So before she visited, I was roughly following the Save Our Sleep book, which has been really good. Okay, sit up, yeah. All right. Can you give it to me in a second? And that's another challenge of having a newborn. They are so delicate to handle. Like Luke is an obstetrician gynecologist, so he's really used to handling these guys. I have not handled a newborn for 9 years, so yeah, you forget how delicate and how they are. I do get a bit nervous, to be honest, like handling him and burping him, whereas Luke's a lot more confident. Yeah, so Save Our Sleep, I was roughly following that, although we were feeding him on demand. But the problem is, like the midwife said, it has been a bit of a milk supply issue. So I did lose half my blood volume when I had the postpartum hemorrhage, and that has made things really difficult. I really feel for women that have complications after childbirth, because it does make then looking after your newborn and getting that milk supply in that much more challenging. So I did have blood transfusions in the hospital, and that definitely helped. But yeah, so my milk has been slow to come in. I was exclusively breastfeeding him, And look, he was getting enough milk. I am still.
Some of it is via the bottle.
I meant
it's all your breast milk.
Yeah, it is all my breast milk. So he hasn't been on any formula. It is all my breast milk. That is correct. But I wasn't giving him bottle top-ups. He was just exclusively on the breast. And it turns out that wasn't enough. So the midwife did give us very good advice. So since she visited, basically, what we do is roughly every 3 hours we feed him first. So like his paediatrician also said, and the midwife did say as well, always try breast first. So about every 3 hours we put him on the breast. He suckles, and it's interesting, he's getting stronger and stronger on the breast, which is now very good. But then after he's finished feeding, so he's always been a sleepy feeder, hasn't he?
Yes.
Right from the get-go, even in the special care nursery when we gave him donated breast milk, he'd suckle for a bit and then just fall asleep. So that's been a big challenge, keeping him awake enough to keep him feeding. So we put him on the breast when he's really sort of given up and tired and he's not suckling anymore. Then what we do is we give him 30 mils of expressed breast milk in a bottle as a top-up. And while Luke does that while I express. So that's kind of the cycle.
Sometimes he gulps down very quickly, and sometimes he just takes a few mouthfuls and then stops.
Well, the first day or two after the midwife visited, so yesterday he started petering off that, but the first day after, he did really gulp the breast milk down from the bottle. So we do get the impression that, yeah, he wasn't getting enough just from my breasts. Part of the feeding issues as well has been, and actually he's doing it right now, you can sort of see, has been, again, because of the postpartum hemorrhage that I experienced, I was then fitted with what's called a Bakary. Is it a Bakary balloon? A Bakary balloon that pushes against the wall of your uterus to stop that excessive bleeding. One of the complications though with having that procedure is they then put you on fairly strong antibiotics because it's quite invasive. You've actually got a foreign body obviously in your body. And so you do get put on antibiotics. I was on IV antibiotics and then oral antibiotics. That played havoc with both my tummy and his tummy. So that's obviously made the feeding issues even worse. So there was about 5 or 6 days where he's had fairly...
I'd more say 7 days.
7 days, yeah.
Since coming home.
Yeah, since coming home basically. It's starting to settle down now, but a lot of squelchy nappies, a lot of wind. You can actually see him squirming and his face goes red and he's in quite a bit of discomfort. As the mum, you've pretty much either got a baby on your boob or the expressing medulla pump on your breast. That's pretty much been my days, and it's round the clock. It is really difficult. I've been very lucky though that Luke took 4 weeks off work. I don't know how I would have survived without him. So he has been allowing me some decent blocks of sleep, and by a decent block of sleep I have been able to get up to 4, sometimes even 5 hours straight because I've had express breast milk. He's done some of the feedings like at 11:30, midnight too, which has allowed me to get a little bit of sleep, and that's actually been really important, just to allow my body to heal a little bit and to try and get some of that energy going, to try and increase my breast milk supply. So having a really helpful partner. They do say that it takes 2 to breastfeed, and they don't mean the mum and the baby. They mean the hubby or the partner and the baby. And yeah, it does. And in fact, when how's he going? Yeah, it's so hard sometimes holding him. I know. He just keeps flopping down. And in fact, a lot of the feeds on the breast, what we've been doing on the midwife's advice is Luke's actually been sort of tickling his feet, and I have as well, and tickling his head and tickling his cheek just to keep him awake so that he'll keep suckling. So yeah, so the feeding has been a real challenge.
Oh, it's been the main challenge.
It's been the main challenge, and we're really hoping that he's put on even more weight today when we go to the hospital and have a weigh.
So if that doesn't work, we may have to look at hopefully the breast milk.
The midwife did say, how do you feel about formula? And I did say I'd really rather just try breast milk.
And then there's been an extra added complication which was not expected.
Yeah.
Not appreciated.
Which is our French bulldog. Yeah. So this is our second kid. I always called him my second kid.
He's been demoted now. He's back to just being a dog.
Yeah, he's back to just being a dog. So just make sure you keep him hot.
I've got hold of him. Do you want to tell about the problems we've had with him?
Yeah, so that's been a real pity. Because anyone who's watched our videos knows how much I adore Piper, and he's been such a comfort to me throughout all the IVF rounds we've had. I even carried him around in Amity's old baby sling. When we brought him home though, unfortunately Piper...
When I bought Spencer.
When I bought... See, this is lack of sleep. Honestly, my brain is pretty fried. When I brought Spencer home from the hospital, Piper immediately got the sense that he'd been usurped. He reacted quite badly, very jealous, has been barking a lot.
Well, the barking's not the issue, it's the hunting behaviour.
He's been displaying, and if you do look up dogs treating newborns like prey, yes, that is a thing. He has been displaying some hunting behaviours, almost like Spencer would be a little marsupial or a little baby bird or something. So when Spencer squeaks or cries, he reacts to that as if Spencer would be like a little baby animal or something that he would normally, in the wild, probably hunt down. So that was a real shock, actually. We've been super careful. Piper, if he's not supervised like he is right now, he's been in the back room, unfortunately, and on the balcony. We've also had to have him tied up at times.
Yeah, and something very major.
Yeah, very major. Of course, we sought professional help for him straight away. So we took him to the vet. The vet gave us very good advice. She put him on Prozac. Is it Prozac?
Prozac.
Prozac for dog, or Prozac, yeah, to calm his behaviour down. And on Monday, he had the big operation that I was hoping to avoid for him, but there was no avoiding it anymore. He got castrated. So we are hoping that settles his behaviour down and that he will slowly get used to the new member of the family. But yeah, that was another unexpected complication that came totally out of the blue. Never in my wildest dreams did I believe that he would react negatively to Spencer, but unfortunately he did. One thing that's made things harder, so when my daughter was a newborn, I had a sling for her, and everyone knows probably what I mean by a sling, you know, the sort of sling that you put a newborn in. I used to use the sling day in, day out. She was just comfortably in the sling. I had both hands free. I could do dishes, I could do food preparation, I could walk around the house. Sometimes I even breastfed her at the same time in the sling. You just sort of prop them up and you literally have your hands free. That's Piper's issues. He really is having personal issues at the moment. But there was an article, where was the article? There was an article published. It was a news story quite recently about the pitfalls of having a sling, basically. A mum did have her baby in the sling and went to the maternal child health nurse, and they were discussing her pregnancy and her pregnancy recovery and the newborn and everything, and just chatting away, and then it came time to check the baby. So that is an example of what we have to be careful of. I just don't want Piper anywhere near Spencer.
Just watching all the time, don't you?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He didn't go to attack though.
No, he didn't. He didn't. I know he didn't go, but I don't want him anywhere near the baby. So.
Okay, and the Joey pouch?
Yeah, and the sling or the Joey pouch. Yeah, so the mum had her baby in the pouch and was talking to the maternal child health nurse. Then it came time to check the baby. They looked in the pouch and the baby had died literally while they were talking. So one of the dangers with the sling is their little.
It doesn't provide enough support basically, and so the neck was just hyperflexed forward, and so the baby couldn't breathe.
Yeah. So the baby's literally suffocated to death in the sling.
And because in a sling they're covered up a lot of the time to help placate them, which you can see.
Yeah. So after reading that news article, Spencer is not going to spend 1 second in a sling, which does make things more challenging. So the one-handed, doing things around the house one-handed, has become a skill that we are rapidly learning. And look, postpartum recovery. So today we're actually going to take the tape off my Caesar wound. It probably should have come off earlier actually. It's 16 days post-Caesar, so we are going to take it off. Yeah, we're going to take it off today. Headaches is something. I was very lucky during pregnancy. I hardly had any headaches at all. I'm now getting really severe headaches, and I do suspect that's a drop in hormones. So once the placenta is delivered, you do lose a lot of your hormones. And so I am really struggling with headaches too every day now. Caffeine in the morning does help. Not strong caffeine, because obviously that can upset, that can go through breast milk, but I'm just having a cup of green tea in the mornings, which does help. But yeah, so headaches is another challenge. There's been a couple of days where I've had to take Panadol for that. Thankfully only Panadol, so they're not too bad. And my legs, the edema persists even 16 days post-delivery. I'm still got swollen.
Markedly better though.
It is markedly better. It was terrible at the time of delivery for anyone that's seen even the video that we did on the day that we had the cesarean section. When I look at that footage now, yeah, my legs were huge. So they are coming down. And look, apart from that, I'm not doing too badly though after the Caesar. I am recovering quite well, but yeah, it does take your body a little while, and I do think it probably takes your body a little bit longer to recover when you're 48 as opposed to 28. So being older parents, I think, is another challenge. I truly do think so. And in fact, I was thinking of that. Well, there's pros and cons. I think the pros are we're a lot more... Look, basically when Amity came along, we were still older parents then, but when Amity came along, we didn't know what we were doing really. There was a high level of anxiety in terms of, this is all very new to us. Second time round, we're a bit more relaxed in terms of we do know what to do more, so second baby is a little bit easier in that sense. And I was thinking that perhaps you do actually need a little bit more sleep when you're younger though. I think you sleep...
It's tiring, whatever age it is. It's very tiring. I wouldn't try and overanalyze sleep requirements.
That is true. It is tiring, and I'm rambling now because I'm tired.
You are rambling. So,
anyway, this is life with a newborn. You ramble, you're tired, you have headaches. He is the most awesome thing though. We are so lucky. Honestly, anytime it gets even the slightest bit challenging, I just turn to Luke and I say we are so friggin' lucky. After so many rounds of IVF, we've got him. He's awesome. He is healthy. Yes, we have had challenges, but it's nothing we can't overcome as a family. And he's got the whole team behind him, Team Waldrop, and yeah, he's just the best thing ever. Holding him, he's my happy place. He's my comfort spot, and yeah, he's awesome. Okay, we're going to go into Gold Coast Private Hospital now to see Heather, the lactation consultant, for a bit more advice on feeding. So this little fellow is having a little outing. Come on, darling. Okay.
Yep. Do you see how his arm is against you?
Yeah, so it shouldn't be.
He should be tummy to tummy with you. Okay. Yep. I'll get my doll out there. Try and move Spencer to the breast, not the breast to Spencer. Yeah. So I would bring him down a little bit more. So the chin really needs to be into the breast, milking the breast.
Okay, yep.
Okay. So let's have a wee. So let's move Spencer down this way, almost like he's looking up to the breast.
Okay, yep.
Yep. So let's move him down. Yep. See how he's using all his muscles here?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we want to do is just move him a little bit. So the chin is into the breast, and that can really draw the breast milk out. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's almost like the nipple to nose. So the nipple is going to the back of his mouth. Okay, and then he's going on. I would even turn him a touch more. You've got a good attachment.
Yeah.
There. I'd probably get a little pillow. Is that all right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because he's going to fall.
Yeah, and I have a nursing pillow at home that I use all the time.
So you know the difference in him swallowing.
Yeah.
And not just sucking.
Okay.
So we're going to see lots of sucking there. And we want to see some swallowing. So here, some movement here.
Okay.
Okay. So see how the lips have come. We can see the lips move him in.
Yep.
No pain.
No pain.
So what we want to do is see some movement here. So babies can suck, but we want them to swallow. Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
See how he's asleep. So see how almost immedately he just then
goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And he's doing lots and lots of sucking and not a lot of swallowing there.
Okay.
So let's turn him in a bit.
Yeah.
See how he's going to be really strong, tummy to tummy.
Okay.
And here he has a nerve that makes him want to suckle.
Oh yeah. he
Yeah.
does too. Oh, he does too.
He does, doesn't he? And also here.
Yeah, we've been
Doing that, but also there, yep. How does it feel when he's sucking? Light or?
Yeah, it feels fine. Like it. I mean, I can feel the letdown in my breasts, and it doesn't hurt. It does. I can definitely tell when he's suckling. Like.
Okay. Yeah. But he's not. He's doing lots of sucking there. So what I want you to do now is massage. So you remember you're going to squeeze your breast tissue.
Yeah.
So your breast tissue is about 5 centimeters deep.
Okay.
Okay. And you're going to squeeze.
Okay.
Squeeze. Okay. Yeah. And we're looking for some swallow. Okay. So, see how you're just on the skin?
Oh yeah.
Could you go a little bit? Can I show you?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So squeezing. We'll see. Squeeze and have a look to see here. Squeeze. 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 Is this what he does a little bit at the breast?
All the
He
time.
does.
He just falls asleep.
You'll want to get on, and then when he gets on, like within a minute, you'll just then start drifting off. He seems to, when he's hungry, but as soon as he gets the initial sugar hit, he'll just sort of
get a bit tired.
Yeah.
Like he's conserving energy. All right, show me your squeeze again.
Okay.
See, and do you tend to sometimes do skin to skin and take his
Yeah,
outfit off?
yeah.
I want you to look here. I want you to see. So when he sucks, he should get a bolus and his jaw should come down a little bit to then hold the bolus to then swallow. Okay. So do you see lots of sucking? But we're not seeing a lot of swallowing there.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Come on, darling.
Yes, he stopped sucking.
Sucking now. Yep, so squeezing down, squeeze, feel that breast tissue. Now, did you bring a top up?
We do, it's in the car.
Actually,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, the car's in the show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we can bring it up here.
Yeah.
Give it to
Do
him
you
now.
want me to go get it?
I'm thinking, could we do that?
Yeah.
And what we
absolutely.
could do is we could get a little supply line, one of the little tubes just in the corner of his mouth, and he has to suckle your extra breast milk to see if we could get him swallowing more at the breast.
Okay.
All right.
So we're stimulating here, but we're giving him a top up.
Okay,
Is
sure.
that okay?
Yeah,
So we'll
that's
see
fine.
how that goes.
Yeah.
Good. See better?
Yeah.
Better. Keep going. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so
Yeah. So we're getting a little bit more here. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going. Hold him in. Yeah. We'll get there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
You've still got your milk supply. You're not losing your milk supply.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay.
The pumping's really helping with
Good.
that.
Yeah.
That's keeping it
I
up.
think he's being a little bit not meaning to,
Yeah.
but yes, he's going well. And then we're like, it's
not swallowing.
he's not swallowing, he's suckling.
Okay, yeah.
So what I could do is we could take him off. I just want to check what is his suck doing.
Sure.
Okay. I know you can feel it, but is it as strong?
Don't know what we've seen.
So we've got no tongue tie there. Now I'm just going to put my finger in to assess his suck. Okay. So what? Okay, so the tongue is coming down. That's good. That's a good. It is. But do you see how the lips have come in?
Yeah.
We want to just gently massage here
Oh, okay.
to really just relax these beautiful muscles here.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm putting my finger in that way, and what I'm doing is it's like a tug of wool. I'm trying to strengthen these muscles here so that they can draw out more milk. Okay, so in like this as well, just to the top, here, and there, just to get that tongue going. Do you want to try those sucking exercises? And then we can put him back on, and I think he's going to suckle a little bit more effective.
Okay,
All right, darling. Hey, you're doing so well. You're going to get there. This is just a little tiny hiccup and we're gonna get the milk flowing and off we go.
Yeah.
Look at him, he's just beautiful. You're gonna put him down now. You're right-handed?
Yes,
Yes, that's fine. So can you put your little pinky in?
Yep.
What you could do first is put it your pad side on the top of his tongue.
Okay.
So turn it around and put that on the top of his tongue there. And it's like a little...
Oh.
Do you feel that?
Yeah,
and you're trying
I do.
to just do a little bit of a pull
No.
to strengthen these little muscles, okay? And you see how I'm doing this here? We're just strengthening and just getting these coordination milk so that he can draw the milk out better.
Oh,
He's liking that. But do you see how we can't see the lips?
Yeah.
Could you use it? And just to sort of just massage, to soften, and we should be able to see those gentle lips just sitting there. Do you see there?
Yeah.
He's not having to hold on tight.
Yeah.
He can just be, now pull a little bit, just to,
Oh.
Now put it, yep. Now turn your finger around to the top of, and now put your finger on the top of his palate and just go to one side and then the other. And he should enjoy this, okay? He should enjoy that to get those sucking it. And look at those beautiful lips, are really nice and happy now. Aren't you beautiful? Good boy. That's it. And you see how, he likes that little rub there. Well done, darling. Okay. And then move to the left, to the side. To the side, and so that his tongue can follow you there.
Oh, yeah.
And then to the right, his right. He's sort of, what you're trying to do, I'll just move your fingers here, is come over to here and just touch his little cheek, and then his tongue should follow. And that's really just giving his tongue, getting it moving and strengthening, okay? Because the tongue is what's going to draw the milk out. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
He's getting a little bit, but we want him as efficient and as strong as we can.
Yeah.
Okay, so doing these exercises just before he goes on, I'm only talking about 30 seconds or something, will really just, I think, strengthen him to get more milk out. All right, so this is like a little snorkel.
Yeah, okay.
And this is the tube, and he's got to suckle it. We're just going to put it in the side and see if he'll suckle and really draw out this milk. Let's see what happens.
Okay,
if you're happy to do that.
Yeah.
I think if that's all right with you, Suvi, we could get the pump in, and I just want to see what you're doing to see if there's something else we could do to get it higher. We need more milk.
Yeah.
And I think the main reason is just that they haven't had as much stimulation.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you've been doing all wonderful work, but it's just we do need to. The paediatrician is going to say we need to top up.
Yeah.
Pretty much full top up.
Yeah.
Let's get his energy back, and then we can bring that down.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
So how much to top him up with? I mean, we've been aiming for about 35 minutes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't take it all though. Sometimes
Oh, he doesn't take it all?
No, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
Okay. So that's where, it's like, do you sort of unwrap him and undress him and skin to skin and all of that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the more we can get into him, the more he's going to have energy to then take more.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make a lot of sense.
So the snorkel is there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so put it in. Yep, right at the top. Okay, so just leave your finger there. See there?
Yeah.
Okay, now watch his throat. Watch what he's doing. Suck, swallow, suck, swallow. There.
Oh,
there.
So now
One to one.
Is that because the milk's not going down far enough with his throat, or what?
That's because he's just mouthing, but he's not swallowing, and that's where I want those sucking exercises, okay? This is going to strengthen these muscles to draw the milk. Okay. He's having about 7 sucks to 1 swallow at the breast. That's, but we can work on that. So these sucking exercises are going to help strengthen. Okay. Here, I know they're simple, but they can be really mighty effective. Also, how much tummy time is he having?
Not a lot.
Just, you know, if you were could you turn him over, let him stretch, use these beautiful muscles to really develop this sucking as well.
Okay,
And it gets him nice and comfy when he's at the breast. He's not like this, like he was in the womb, he's stretching himself out. Because he breached for quite a while?
Yeah, he was breached most of the
time. So he's sort of a bit, you know, he's grown in the space that was, and he's, I think stretching him out will be lovely, but it's going to take a bit of time. Yeah. All right, shall we get him back on the breast and we'll see how he goes with doing the same. Aim for the nipple at the top of his mouth. Chin touching, so he opens wide. Okay. Do you want to try and put that in? Yeah, just where his cheeks, his lips touch.
Oh, you really can't see.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, that's all right. See how I just touched it there?
There it is, yeah.
And now can we move him in so that we can't see any lips? How does that feel? All right, let's have a look. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
So that's tricking him to...
There. Suck, pause, swallow. Suck, pause, swallow. Suck, pause, swallow.
Wow, that makes a big difference.
Doesn't it? But do you see the difference? That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
It's okay, you're getting there. You're getting there. All right.
It's just, can you be at our house?
we can manage that.
We can do this. You can do it.
Wow. But no, I can see the swallowing.
So you're recommending that we do this for a while with each feed, or?
Look, you're getting more stimulation. He's learning how to breastfeed at the breast.
Okay, there you go.
But I wouldn't mind taking it out so that one of you could do it. Do you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't mind, I'll hold. Okay, so he's pretty. Okay, so see how he's quite shallow. Yeah. So you're wanting the snorkel, is just that. Yeah. Okay. I want him almost looking up though. Do you see how I'm changing him?
Oh yeah.
He's almost looking up there.
Oh yeah, he is too. Yeah.
Okay, so you can pull here. That just away but not pull off. And you're aiming for the top of it. Yep, there. He's good. He's good on the suck.
Oh yeah,
suck, swallow, pause. Suck. Oh, there. Okay, and now.
I'm waiting.
Okay. So you could squeeze a bit.
No,
you can't.
Yeah, if I let his head.
There.
Yeah.
There. He drops his jaw there to swallow.
Yeah, I can see the swallowing too.
Okay, and just the snorkel needs to be under the milk. But he needs to suckle to get the milk. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I want you to see the difference.
Yeah, wow, you can seems well.
I think he's been spending a bit of time on the nipple as well. There's no milk in the nipple as well. That's okay. Is this something you could do? I know you're going back to work, but not next week.
No,
not next week.
Oh, I made it clear to Luke. He's taking more time off if Spencer hasn't regained the weight.
Yes, okay. And we're so close to Christmas.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine?
No, that's all right. We'll work through it. But he's learning to breastfeed at the breast. That's important to you. Is this something, you don't have to do this all the time, but he's getting the milk and he's also getting some milk from you as well.
I can see that swallowing. Like, that's great.
That's it. Now I want you to know what's good sucking and what's just nibbling. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
But do you see how he's looking up? He's right against you. There's nothing between the two of you. Whereas before there was gaps, and I think from him being breech and things, he'd prefer to be a little away from you. Okay. Feeding tube in to encourage Spencer at the breast, and now we're going to just let him. So what's happening is he's getting the top up at the breast, but he's also getting your milk as well as he suckles, and he's learning to breastfeed at the breast. Not with a sort of a teat or anything, and we can see Spencer's really suck, swallow, pause, breathe, suck, swallow, pause, and we can hear the gulping.
Yeah. So we're literally teaching Spencer to breastfeed by using a supplementary.
And have a look. This is going down like that.
Wow. So what's it called? Sorry, supplementary line.
Yeah, a feeding tube. Yep, a feeding tube.
Yep. So we've literally got this tube running from the
Shall
bottom.
we show the camera where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just need the snorkel in the milk or he'll just get air.
Yeah.
But he's pacing it. He's got to suckle it. He's got to suckle properly.
Yeah.
So let's bring Spencer in a touch more so that his cheek's right against the breast.
So he's getting the energy he needs and he's getting the reward of the milk, but he's also stimulating my breast.
It's win-win, isn't it? It is win-win. I'd love to see more
That's
that
actually
women
great.
using it.
Wow.
Here, and just bring his cheek in this one here.
Yeah.
It's almost done.
He's almost done, whereas before sometimes he wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
And what we can do is take it away and he may still suck at the breast, okay? So that might be where you massage a little bit and squeeze a bit. So he doesn't even notice. He's gonna start to suckle much more as he gets more energy as well.
Is he still swallowing? Can you see?
He's sort of slowed down a bit because the milk's gone up. Watch swallowing, and then
It's swallowing.
good boy, good boy. So sucking exercises. Now I'm going to go and get the little quota sheet according to his birth weight, okay? It's going to be more than 30 mils.
Sure.
So if we can try that top up, all right, and I'll get you some food.
Thank you so much.
Well done, you're doing well, we're getting there. So if we could give him the full top up and just watching here, obviously bringing him to the breast, but not leaving him there for very long if he's just nibbling.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it
because
does,
we want to really have more time for you to get the breast milk out.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start to see with the sucking exercises him stronger, and then we're going to see back to drawing the breast and off you go. I don't think you're very far. I want you to have, did you see that nice positioning that we had?
Yeah.
And we've got it on footage.
Yes.
Gulping. So we don't want any air between the two of you.
Yeah.
I want you to sort of try and hold him in with here, and you'll hold him to, but here it really gets him nicely in, but he can still bring his head back. And when we drink well, we bring our head back. Does that make sense? If we have pressure here, he just can't bring his head back to drink well. Does that make sense? So we really want that head coming through. Do you see there's nothing between the two of you? Just watch that you're not too high if he's just nibbling. Nibbling. And it doesn't hurt you, but it's not effective. We want him at the breast. We want both cheeks touching the breast, okay, evenly. That chin well in, and he does do better.
He
Wasn't he sucking and swallowing as well?
Yeah.
So I want us to sort of tweak it a bit so that he's mainly having his top-ups, okay, full top-ups at the breast.
So at the same time he's feeding breast.
And at the same time he's feeding.
Okay.
So we reduce the time he's sort of at the breast because these long breastfeeds are getting very little milk in at the moment. But he's going to get more. He's going to get more. He's going to thrive. I want to see yellow poos showing that shows me the sign that he's getting more milk. Okay.
So do you think cow's milk is causing?
But now when I've seen how much little milk he's getting, I think it's more that he hasn't been getting enough. And so it's showing in his poos.
So we've been armed with some of these what are they called? Nasogastric tubes, but they're the supplementary lines that we're going to be putting in the breast milk now with each breastfeed. And they've also given us some express zone milk to help tide us over. And so we've been given, just awesome help. That's why you go and see a lactation consultant, to get this sort of advice and help. So we're all set to keep going.
Yay.
So,
well done. Well
so
done.
much, honestly.
Just a champion, aren't you?
Thank you for your help. Like, Spencer means the world to us.
Of course. And he's He's going to thrive. He's thriving. He's going to keep going. Okay.
Thank you so
Well
much
done.
for this
Not a
help and the
problem.
supplies and just.
It's all good.
And so, what would be probably your biggest advice, especially for women like me that are really
Yeah.
trying with the breastfeeding?
Yeah, keep going. It's worth it. Although it's natural like walking,
Yeah.
we fell a few times when we learnt to walk, but we got there in the end, and wow, what a benefit. We wouldn't look back, would we? And all, he's going to thrive and grow, and it's wonderful. All the immunity, all the white blood cells, it's just fantastic.
Yeah,
So
actually, what
the
are
nutrients.
Yeah, what are the benefits of breast milk?
Sure, yeah, just giving all your years of immunity to Spencer.
Okay, sure.
It's absolutely powerful.
Yeah.
Good God. So well done.
Thank
Keep up
you
the good
so
work.
much.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you for seeing us today.
That's all right.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay, there's not a lot to it, it's just basically like a big band-aid.
Oh, I'm a bit nervous though.
Just got to put tension against the skin. Once again, it's just like a big band-aid, put tension against the skin.
Oh, that does hurt against the skin.
As you take off.
Ow, ow, ow,
And
ow.
you can see there the cesarean section lines healing extremely well.
Oh, is that against my skin, not the wound?
Darling, it's all fine, okay?
Oh.
It's all good. Okay, and that looks very clean and good. There you go.
Oh.
Nice and clean. So I wouldn't recommend doing kickboxing or doing 50 kilo weightlifts at the moment, but otherwise it's looking very good.
Is it looking
You
alright?
can certainly start to shower without it on, you can bath, and it's all good.